Now, I want to discuss briefly with you the issue of initiative. And I want to come to the point where I apply it very personally. One of the words that's used again and again in the Bible is the word choose or choice. And I'm not going into it doctrinally, but the truth of the matter is we are the product of God's choice. If God hadn't chosen us, we'd never become believers. The initiative did not proceed from us. It came from God. How many of you know that? You didn't get saved because you were trying hard. You got saved because God decided to save you. And if He hadn't decided to save you, you could have done whatever you liked, but you'd never been saved. That's humbling because it shuts us up to total dependence on God, which is just what we're all afraid of. Now, Jesus said to His apostles in John 15, verse 16, "You did not choose me, but I chose you." That's very clear, isn't it? There's no doubt about that. You didn't make the choice. I made the choice. I don't think that's the choice for salvation. That's the choice for apostleship. He said, "I've chosen you 12. And then He said, "One of you is a devil." That's a remarkable thing to say, wasn't it? That's something to ponder over, but we won't go into it. Then He said, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you or placed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatever you ask the Father in my name, He may give you." I understand from that the only enduring fruit proceeds out of the choice of God. Only that which God has chosen will produce enduring fruit. You can have all sorts of religious elections and programs in the church and religious activities, but if God didn't initiate them, there will be no permanent fruit whatever. And then Jesus also said, "And whatever you ask the Father in my name, He may give you." You understand that to be able to pray effectively to the Father proceeds out of the choice of God. We can pray all sorts of prayers, but if they don't proceed out of the choice of God, we have no assurance that God will answer them. I sense myself, this is my impression, that God is urgently dealing with the church in the United States to bring us back to the place where we realize our total dependence on God. I think we've had a measure of success in the charismatic movement. I wouldn't call it a movement any longer because I don't think it's moving. But we have had a measure of success. But we've forgotten that it all came from the mercy of God. We didn't deserve it. It wasn't because we were clever or spiritual or well-educated or country hicks. It wouldn't matter. So initiative is expressed through choice. So the only things, as I understand it, in our lives where God is really involved are the things which God has chosen. I think that applies to marriage. If you're considering getting married, my advice to you would be marry the person of God's choice. Find out. Don't make your own decision. I've been married twice. My first wife is with the Lord. My second wife is here with me. My first marriage lasted 30 years. And our present marriage has lasted 14 years. Both have been happy and successful. And not a lot of people can say that in the world today. The reason is God chose. I didn't. I've never chosen a wife. I'm not saying everybody has to have it that way, but that's the way it was with me. God knew I wasn't intelligent enough to make the right choice. I say that sincerely. When it comes to abstract reasoning, I'm successful. When it comes to understanding people, I'm at a loss. So God very directly intervened and overruled in each situation, and in neither instance was I trying to get married, aren't I? Listen, young women and young men, I've never dated, but I've been married happily twice. You don't have to date in order to get married. And that applies to older people too. I'm not saying it's wrong to date, but don't depend on dating. Depend on God.